Oh, hi. It's your boy Ray. Today is Monday, September 30th, 2013. And yeah, another web blog. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Past few days, this past weekend was pretty exciting. It was pretty exciting. The whole Olympia weekend, man. The whole Olympia weekend. I don't want to touch too much on it. All I got to say is I think it was pretty. It was a pretty tight race. One and two, pretty tight. But I think Phil, you know, just his overall presence and package, I think he delivers something that much more than Kai Green. Kai Green, still one of the best posers in the world, but he needs. I think he just needs to work on that overall package, and I think Phil has that on the lockdown. And yeah, so we're gonna see a Ronnie J effect if this keeps up for the next couple of years. And I feel bad for Jay. He is definitely one of my inspirations in bodybuilding. As just mentally wise, he's one of my inspirations, and I feel sad that he didn't really make the top five. But I think one and two has been pretty locked, but rest of the other slots though, it's up in the air, man. That's how big the competition is, and yeah, I just I still love Jay. I just I think he's I want to say he's past his prime, but he's going up against a really really strong generation of competitors now. I gotta mention this. Along with Jay, or when I started trying to work out again, I wanted to find inspirations in like new bodybuilders and such. As I'm trying to get into exercise, trying to lose weight and such like that. And I found inspiration through Hidetada Yamagishi, pro bodybuilder from Japan, and Rolly Winkler. And Rolly Winkler this year, man, surprised me the most. Like he he was more conditioned this time than the last previous times I saw him on stage. And wow, I love his look, and I love his look this time, and I'm glad that whatever he did, he's amazing this year. So I hope that he'll do a lot better next year. And same goes for Dennis Wolf. I'm not a Dennis Wolf fan, but by God, man, he showed up. He showed up. And to comment on the 212s, I was really rooting for Flex to win, but to see Kevin English come back into the title picture again, I was kind of like, I don't think you're gonna make it, son. So, and I think he got third. So he was. So I'm glad that someone like him was able to return to the 212s, even though he was the king of the 202s, but it increased by 10 pounds. But I think Flex is gonna be the new king for a while. So yeah. But so let's get into nutrition and weightlifting. So weightlifting, what I'm gonna comment on that is I think I'm gonna start seeing my plateau soon. I'm anticipating the plateau soon. But I still have a couple more weeks of my off season prep, or off season prep, my off season. I still have a couple more weeks. I got October, all of October, and possibly maybe 2 weeks of November before I start. And I know I'm hitting my plateau soon because the progression is going to be a little bit slower, and or the progression is going to be a little bit slower, and the weights are affecting me, like not mentally but physically. I think I'm gonna be at that limit soon, so I gotta start I gotta start um thinking about how I could change things up in order to break that plateau. Like because yesterday upper body light day, I did so for incline dumbbells, I did incline double press. I managed to get back up to one or not one 85-pound dumbbells on the incline for my final set. And last week I did it for 8 reps, and this week I did it for 9. Still progression, but um, it's not the progression from week to week and such like that, right? This one is only um, a rep increase progression, not a weight increase progression. So I think I'm reflecting more on what I'm able to press, push, squat now. I don't know about squats, but we'll see about that today. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be hitting that plateau soon, so I'm gotta be mindful of being able to maybe change things up a little bit so I could break it. But Uh, we'll see how much time I have left because, like I said, I have October and possibly maybe 2 weeks of November before I start contest prep because I'm planning to start a little bit early. So yeah. Nutrition wise. So I realized that all last week I've been kind of eating the same foods for a long time, and it hits this amount of carbs, this amount of proteins, and this amount of fats, right? And I thought to myself, if I'm doing this, why am I logging in the same damn numbers every single day a week when I'm eating the same damn food? So what I started doing was, as long as I'm eating the same foods, eating the same Pop Tarts, you know, I'm hitting all my numbers consistently throughout the week, and it's in a surplus. So I know that I'm going to be eating in a surplus and gaining a little bit of weight every day. Hopefully. Um, so I'm hitting these numbers. The only thing that I would need to adjust is, if I'm coming in the next day low, that means I need to eat a little bit more for that day um, because of like the workouts. Like for instance, every day, every single leg day, regardless if it was a heavy day or a light day, I'm losing weight. I'm losing weight. So, what I do is for those last two couple meals, I eat a little bit more than what I usually typically eat. And if I'm going into the next day either low by a significant amount or low by a little bit, I'm still going to, or just low in general. If I come in low the next day, I'm going to eat a little bit more the next day. So, so yeah, as long as I eat those same things, I'm hitting my proteins correctly, and I'm just putting more carbohydrates into my system to make sure I'm in my surplus. And if I add more foods, obviously, I'm gonna probably gain a little bit more fat, which obviously, that's what's happened to me right now. Totally fine with it. Totally fine with it. But the moment I start changing or start eating different foods and trying to add that into kind of the routine, then I'm gonna start tracking food again. But other than that, like I said, if I'm eating the same foods every day and I'm just adding a little bit more onto it, I don't need to track that. So I'm keeping it easy. I'm keeping it easy. Everything kind of feels like auto-regulated at this point. Like I know my intensity that I'm putting forth in the weight room, and I'm putting forth the same amount of intensity that I'm doing trying to eat my food. Right, right. Uh, so yeah, so that's the weightlifting portion. Let's get into the video games really quick. So, I just recently turned off my subscription for Final Fantasy 14, so I quit Final Fantasy 14. Eh. So, I'm not too bad about it. It's when you play an MMO, you're literally locked down to an MMO. You're really locked down to playing that game because you're for at least for a game like Final Fantasy or like World of Warcraft, you're locked to the game simply because you're playing a monthly subscription, right? And so you're obligated to play that game as much as you can. And so I don't want to create that feeling for myself when I'm going to be more focused on contest prep soon. So the moment I'm, you know, doing contest prep and then I get home, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta play. I gotta do some farming a little bit. I gotta do my dailies, blah blah blah. It's I don't want to turn another thing which feels more insignificant into a chore. Which when I'm already doing a chore and I'm working a job, it's more stacked onto it. I'd rather be able to play video games to pick it up, put it down, call it good. If I'm middle of the game, friends, oh, do you want to go out and see movies and stuff like that? Okay, cool. Give me some time to change. Save, get off, start changing, go. That's why I love a game like for me at this point Diablo 3 where it's just okay, I'm just killing crap on the screen and I get to if I'm like I'm extremely bored, I could stop mid run and take a nap and do something else or something like that. Those are the type of games that I'm looking forward to play these days. Just a game where I could pick it up, put it down, call it good, and I wouldn't feel bad about it. But I do still love my RPGs though, and I'll be looking for that RPGs. Well, next month, Pokemon X and Y is going to be released, so that's kind of going to be the RPG coming up for me. So yeah. But with my exit from Final Fantasy 14, for which I feel is maybe temporary, or I actually may not come back to it. That frees up other games to play, and what I've been seeing the last, I guess, couple of days is that a lot of indie games that are kind of like on the radar to look out for. They're kind of getting a little bit more exposure now, and these games these days are actually more like sci-fi games, which is like a guilty pleasure for me. So I'll be looking forward to seeing those games come out. Yeah. So uninstall Final Fantasy 14, and then boom, I can install more games. And also, what I've been thinking about is, this kind of kills me the most is, I've been thinking about installing Dark Souls on my computer again because I haven't been able to complete it, but at the same time, it frustrates the hell out of me to play that game. But it's a difficult game. I love difficulty. But I didn't save my game, or I didn't backup copy my game before I uninstalled it. So let's start over again. That's the thing I don't like the most. But anyways, I don't have anything else to say this week other than what I said in the vlogs. Lifting and nutrition is the same. I'm keeping it a little bit more easier. Oh, excuse me. I'm probably going to hit my plateau soon, so I got to think about how I'm gonna break past the plateau. Video game wise, bye bye Final Fantasy 14, and hello other games. Yeah. So, Pokemon X and Y next month. Some mini games on the horizon. Dark Souls maybe. Ooh. And the typical Road to Diablo, or Diablo 3, Road to Paragon 100. I want to get one character to Paragon 100. So yeah, nothing else to say. So stay tuned for login. Stay tuned for login. Bye. Peace.